Hey, my beautiful Facebook family. How is everybody tonight? Oh my God, I'm going to give it just a few minutes. Like, we're going to give it a few minutes just to see who jumps on. I am so excited. I am excited. I have a very, very special guest on tonight. And oh my God, she is absolutely amazing. She is dope, y'all. She is dope. And I think you guys are gonna love it, love it, love it. When as we're having our conversation. Um I was gonna tell you to share this video out because can I tell you, y'all know this is not thought provoking Thursday. But I am definitely, most definitely going to be coming back to that. But I just wanted to do something special with my girlfriend, Sharon Webb Richards. And it's about to go down, y'all. Y'all don't even understand how it's gonna go down tonight. So y'all say hello, say hello. I see you. Say hi. I don't bite. At least not tonight. Okay? I ain't doing that tonight. So what we're gonna do is we are going to be talking about letting your love breathe again. It's about getting back to you. It's about learning what you need to attract the love that you want, or to attract your best person, to becoming your best person, right? Let's say that. So without further ado, I am going to introduce our special guest. Um, our girl Sharon, my girl Sharon Webbs Richards. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. All right. Hey, Sharon.
Everybody. How's
How are
everybody?
you?
Well, I'm absolutely well. I'm so well. How are you?
I'm blessed, baby. I am blessed and highly favored. I feel amazing.
Mm,
I feel amazing. God is good.
good
I
for you.
cannot complain.
Good for
Not
you.
at all. Yes, 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 yes.
Mm.
Sharon, I could not wait. When I spoke to you earlier and I said, let's do this, let's go live, let's talk about this.
Yeah,
Because I feel like a lot of women,
yeah,
right, don't take time for themselves, right?
right.
They're busy, they're taking care of everybody else. Some of them are caregivers to their parents, some of them have small children,
Mm-hmm.
some of them need a minute to breathe again,
Right, right,
to just
right, right.
right.
Yeah,
So Sharon, I want you real quick before we get into it. I
yeah,
want you to tell me about, this is your third year doing
yeah.
the Breathe Again Women's Retreat.
Mm.
Can you talk to me about that today?
Wow, it's so much to say, but in the time that we have, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on your platform. I respect you and love
Oh,
you
thank
dearly. You are an amazing person, soul, and we're
you.
grateful to have you for all that you do and share. So thank you for having me on. This women's retreat is, just birth, of course, from God. He pushes us to places we don't really want to go sometimes.
Say that.
It's just that I'm not going to say, I just woke up and wanted to do it. It's a challenge, with dealing
Hmm.
with women, and a lot of us, we go through so much. Sometimes we don't want to share. We just do what we got to do to get through what we got to get through, and that's just how we live. But this platform is safe, and it allows us to share and to express ourselves in ways that we may not be able to, at our job, in our homes, with our significant others, and all those great things. So it just gives us that opportunity to be free, and it has changed lives. It has enhanced marriages, relationships, partnerships, because if we're able to heal ourselves and love on ourselves, we're
Yeah.
able to bring that love into whatever atmosphere we go into, right? So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to put us back on live here. So I know you are really into that loving and self-love, Kim. So I want to
Yes.
put us back on Facebook and make sure we're good. Yeah.
Now, can I tell you this? Um, I initially started off and we're trying to make people have better relationships, talking about that kind of stuff, because I
Right.
think that that's like, so uber important. Like, can we discuss like what the ills are in our relationship, right? Like what's wrong with us, as a community, women, men, like why are we not, forgive me, I'm trying to lower this window because it's a lot of outside noise. Um, why are we not connecting and staying together? So that was my primary focus.
Mhm.
And then I had to go back, Sharon,
Mhm.
to be honest, and I had to begin to deal with the fact
Right.
that it's not anything outside of us that is the problem.
Mm.
It is what is inside of us. It is the way that we think. It is our consciousness, our God consciousness. It is like some of the things that we've learned even in our youth, right? We have to really relearn this stuff. We have to unlearn what wasn't good for us and relearn it and see it through a different lens. And so I feel like the retreat itself is a very, very good place to begin, right?
Right.
Um, just take a moment for yourself, right? And get back to you. What do
Mhm.
you believe, right? So I'm thinking that this retreat is gonna like be. I can't wait to get there. Like,
Oh yeah.
because I very rarely go away on retreats, but I'm so looking forward to this
You're
because
gonna
I think that this is gonna be like amazing, right?
yeah.
Never mind the fact that I need to get away, but that's a whole nother talk show, right?
Right. Right. And it's amazing for me too, to participate and just for all the ladies who are going to share. And we're absolutely excited about having you on to talk about breathing your love language.
Yes, honey,
Right? So we're
it's gonna
excited
be
about
dope.
um,
Yes,
so we're whatever we have inside, we need to share. And I love the fact that you brought up that, it starts with us. Sometimes we think that it comes from an external place and other people and other
yes,
situations and how we live in and all this. It really not so much. It really your love life, and I mean your relationships on a whole starts from what's going on inside of you,
right, right,
right? So
exactly.
this is why we have the retreat so we can address those things. Like,
Yes,
what's going on with you? Yeah, we know you're the CEO of such and such and such.
right,
Well,
right,
yeah, we know you think you have the perfect marriage. Yeah, we know you think you have the
right.
perfect family. But what's really going on?
Right, right. Can we get like real talk? Because you know what? Like, it's almost like Sharon. This is why I'm so excited that you're here. I promise. I am like hand to the sky. I'm like, girl, I'm glad Sharon is here. Look at my beautiful sister. She's amazing. But the reason why I'm glad that you're here is because I really do realize like it's so much that you get the little pictures, if you will, right,
Yeah,
of people's lives on Facebook, and in a real way you begin to believe like that's, oh, their life is amazing, oh, her husband bought her flowers, that's
right.
really nice, I
Yeah.
wish my husband would buy me flowers, or I wish I had a husband, period, that would do that for me, right? And what people do not realize, right, is that relationships don't necessarily, they're not these little posts. They are so much more. Y'all say hello. I see y'all watching. Say hi.
I'm gonna try
Right.
to see if I can tag get tagged in here. I don't know how to do that.
Yes. Yes. I usually try to do something like that too. Let me see what I can do.
Let me know if you guys can
Let me see
hear.
what hold
Okay.
on. Hello. Hold on. Go ahead, Sharon. Let me
Just
know
want
what?
everybody knows that they let me know if
Sharon?
you guys can you hear me?
Yes, I
Woo.
can hear you.
Okay. I'm just talking to the people. Let me know you can hear me, you guys, and see. Uh, and see. Okay, just let me know. Okay, so we're good. We're good, Kim.
Okay. Okay. Cause yeah, so now like people just believe in these snapshots and they think that the snapshots are all encompassing. Like,
Mhm.
oh, they have a perfect life. But it requires real
Oh,
talk. It
oh, yeah.
requires for you to dig in deep. It requires honesty. It requires self awareness, right?
And how about it requires honesty with yourself?
Yes. Yes. And to
Because you
stop.
can't be honest with somebody if you're not even really honest with yourself.
Right.
And
Right.
so it's not like you intentionally sometimes want to be dishonest with somebody, but you still fooling yourself. So
Right. 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 That's
right.
exactly right. That's exactly right. It's like, what do I need? And a lot of times, and that's the thing, like we meet people when we're young,
Mhm,
right? And
mhm.
we get into relationships, or we meet people when we're not really, like clear
Right.
about what it is that we want. And then we get into relationships, and then and the relationships sometimes fail. I'm talking about the older relationships,
Right.
from years ago,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so then you think all relationships are going to fail. That's not true. Part of the reason why they failed is because you had no clarity around what it is that you truly wanted. And it's important to understand what you need,
Right.
right? And we're all different. And while we all have similar wants and needs, there are different levels to everything, right?
Right. Right.
So yeah, so people think, oh, I don't think some people even knew that they like flowers the way that they like
Right.
them until
Right.
they see someone else and say, wow, I would really like for
Right.
somebody to give me flowers. But you've been settling all of these years for someone who never gave you flowers. And you've been okay with it. But it shows you that the person really cares. And although it's a
Mhm.
snapshot and not the full picture,
Right.
you begin to realize, like, I want some of that.
Right.
I
And
want.
how about this?
Uh,
How about you don't like flowers?
how about that? How
How
about
about
that?
you don't like flowers and just because
Yes.
your sister got flowers, you mad
Right.
because you think
Right.
you should be getting flowers, but you really don't like flowers. So why you
Right. 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 It could be that too. Right.
right?
Right.
Oh,
Right. It's like, oh no, I don't. I
I don't even
really.
like flowers. So why am I
Right.
mad?
Right. Why is that a problem? Because you need clarity around what it is that you really like and the
I
things
get
that
clear
you
about what you
need,
like.
you
That
know?
you
And
got
it's
to.
unfortunate that we think, like, okay, it's unfortunate that we don't ever take the time,
Mm-hmm.
right, to do the work, to
Mm,
say, this is like I'm gonna learn what my love language is, right? And I'm gonna do more of that for me.
right,
And then because I'm gonna do more of that for me,
right,
then the person that comes into my life, they will give me more because I'm exhibiting that this is what I need. I'm very clear
right.
about that.
Or they won't.
Or they won't. Or
Or
they won't.
or they
Mm,
how about
mm,
or they won't?
mm,
But if they don't, because they don't speak it, they don't understand it, they don't want to, and you got to
mhm.
be okay with that because that's your love language, and you can't
Gotcha.
conform.
Right. I got you.
I like red lipstick. You like gold lipstick.
Right, right, right,
I may not like gold, and you may
right,
not like red, but I'm
right.
gonna keep my red, and it's gonna
Yes.
attract me the red person, and you're gonna keep
Gotcha.
that color that's gonna attract that person, and don't be mad if the two
Right.
intertwine.
Right, right.
Right.
Because you know what it's really all about? It's about acceptance and love.
And
That's
I'm
what
not
it's
gonna
really
change
all about.
my lipstick to try to
Right,
get a man like you. I'm gonna
right,
keep my lipstick to get the man that likes it.
right, right. Exactly.
That's what we mess up. We're like, wait a minute, Kim got a good man, and she wear that gold lipstick.
Right.
Wear that gold lipstick. Then it's like, but no, but you like red lipstick. Keep it
Right.
red.
Right, right, right. And don't try to contort yourself into
Right.
being what somebody else wants you to be. Be authentically who you are. Yes, I love that. I love that. I didn't know where you was going. I was like, okay, I
Listen, you
got
got
you.
it. Yeah,
No, yes, completely.
yeah,
Like
because
5
sometimes
minutes ago.
we conform One of the things I want to share with you guys right quick is, at the retreat we had all of everybody. We had people who had a lot of money, who was affluent, who belonged sororities, and some people who never even finished college. And we had people who were just waitresses in their field, but we had everybody. And I had
Mhm.
some people come over to me and they said, like, I feel bad coming here because I feel like I got everything. Like my man buys me everything and I don't really need anything, but I just
Mhm.
like the camaraderie of the women, but I don't know what I'm getting. So this is me. Um, so how was your childhood? How was it? And the
Wow.
person said to me, I never knew my real parents, and
Wow.
began to weep, just like
Wow.
just like
Wow.
some people don't even know where their wounds are
No, they don't.
because they're getting stuff, material things. They feel like they're being fulfilled, but they're
Right.
not. And here's a bigger picture to that. The husband
Mhm.
came to me and said, what did you do with my wife? She's kinder, she's loving. And
Really?
yes, because we she touched
Really?
she touched a place that she didn't touch ever before.
Wow.
That deep. He
Wow.
called me. He
That
says,
is deep.
my wife is a different person. And she had everything. It was a few people like that. We had doctors, and one doctor said, you know, she came, she looked beautiful, she was refined, everything. She's a supportive of family, even her extended family, her nieces and nephews. She's that woman. What did she say? My
Mhm.
my husband reads every day in the attic, and I'm always in the basement. We never hardly see each other.
Wow.
In that big old house.
Wow.
In that big old house.
Wow.
So you cannot look at
Wow.
people by their status or what you think they have or even what they do have. Everybody needs to be touched at a place. Everybody needs some sort of healing or just to be look at some of those things that just help them. We're not going to be perfect, but we can, get be a better person just by addressing some of our issues,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes. No, it's true. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
It was powerful for all the women to hear that because a lot of people were looking at these people in these brand name clothing and admiring them, but they were just as broken as them, right? They were just as
Yes.
broken.
Because a
They
lot of
just,
people
they just
think that
covered it.
that's, yeah.
They just covered it up with Louis,
Yes, it's covering. Right. Right. They're just covering it all up with Louis Vuitton and red bottom shoes. Let's do that.
right?
Right? Let's
Right. Nothing,
do
nothing
the
wrong with
Christian Louboutins.
it, right?
Huh?
Right? Nothing wrong with it. It's good to be
No,
successful.
there's nothing wrong with having that. But what's more important, I apologize, I was just putting some water. Um, but more than that, right? What's going on inside, right? Just like you said, like we don't even know the parts of ourselves. Can I tell you this interesting little thing? I was talking to some brothers. I was out on the nautical mile, that's my,
Mhm.
my little spot out there. And I was talking to some brothers and I went back to a couple of my girlfriends and I
Mhm.
explained to them what the men were saying, right? They had
Mhm.
almost like surrounded me, like they surrounded me at the mall. I don't know if you remember Eric Lagan. He started telling everybody, oh, she's a relationship coach. He's so funny.
Oh,
I
wow.
love him. I don't know if you remember him, but
Yes,
anyway.
I see you. Mhm.
Huh? You remember him?
His name sounds familiar.
Yes.
Mhm.
So he tells everybody, so now all the guys are surrounding me. They want to talk about what's going on out here with these women. So I began to tell a few of my girlfriends about the, what happened with the brothers. And a couple of them said to me, Kim, I've never had anybody love me. I
Wow.
said, what? They
Wow.
they felt like they've never been loved.
Wow.
And I was like, huh? Because they some two of them had been married before.
Mm-hmm.
And even being married. And so if I polled like 10 of my girlfriends, like 8 of them would tell me that they've never felt love before.
Wow.
And that was big.
Yeah.
That's big. Because a lot of things, like, we dress it up. And
Mm-hmm.
there is a disconnect. Once again, I'm saying it again. There is a disconnect, right, with us.
Right.
Why are why have we never felt love before? Because I know that it's an inside job, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that it begins and it ends with us, right? So that being the case, because it's something that grows inside of you and
Mm-hmm.
then emanates out to the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, why have you not been attracting the type of person that has the capacity to love you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just thought that being self-aware, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that is crazy. Do you see the comment? Hi, May. Thank you for watching. Um,
Yeah.
it really sounds crazy, right? And we're talking about the love from a man, not from family. They've never felt love, May. And to me, real talk, that is over the top, right?
Right.
But when they said that, I said, wow, my mind was genuinely blown. But I think that the retreat, Sharon, I think that this retreat is
Mm-hmm.
a good place to begin again,
Absolutely.
to begin again.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to attract to yourself, and you will always attract to yourself what you are, right?
Can I
And
say something to that?
uh,
Before I
uh,
forget? You know, the retreat is, we talk about everything: finances, love, and self-care, um, every aspect of ourselves, health and wellness,
mhm,
all of those things that we need to touch. We touch them at the retreat because they all bring it all together. But I
mhm.
feel like it's profound that men would say that they've never been loved. But I want to say, God, this could be so deep. I mean, this is like a
No, no,
conversation.
wait. It wasn't the women. I mean, the men. It was the women.
Or the women saying they never felt love.
They never felt loved. I said, wow.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
Oh
The
wow.
men, that was a whole, they were just telling me about something else. And as I relayed that
Mhm,
conversation,
mhm.
right, that's what the women were telling me.
Yeah. I think we all have a definition of love. I think as we, as women, we kind of fantasize love just based on like the movies we've watched or the love stories. I know growing up,
Mm.
all I read was Harlequin romance. They couldn't get me to read a real book. I would they would beg me, Sharon, can you please read your math book? And so I'm like, no,
It was
I'm gonna
like,
read the Harlequin romances. And my parents had a hard time because I love love. I fantasize about it.
yeah,
I feel like I feel like this, and maybe you're gonna help address that. I know you're gonna help address it. I feel like we need to revamp what love really is, because as little girls, we fantasize about just Prince Charming coming in and sweeping us off our feet, giving us that ring and all the love and all the things like sexiness that came with it. And
hmm,
that was in our head and still from we were little girls. And that's not real. I want
right,
It's not real. So
right.
if we haven't experienced that, we may say we haven't experienced love.
Right. I don't know because they big grown, right?
Yeah.
They not, young. So I don't know that they don't have the they don't understand what love is. I think once I kind of went in a little deep with them about what love is,
Yeah.
they've never had that.
Oh wow. Mm.
So because love is service, right?
Mm-hmm.
And love, the biblical definition, right, of
Mhm,
love. It
mhm.
does not keep score. It does not,
Time.
it doesn't envy, right? It always it always rises to the occasion, right? So I'm not actually quoting the biblical scripture, but
Right.
you got what I'm saying.
You got
They
it.
a woman for a woman to never feel the safety of love in
Mhm,
her life,
mhm,
to me is huge. I was like, what? But then I had to think about it, Sharon.
mm.
I had never felt it either.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. Yes. And I'm being honest. Like when somebody says no, no, no after you get what I'm saying?
Mhm,
When they prefer you, when they want you to win, when they encourage you, when
mhm.
they support you in the things that you do, that's what love looks like. It doesn't look like flowers and candy and cars and it looks like safety. It looks like togetherness.
Right,
It looks like we are serving one another.
right.
And and I hate to be so, but love looks like beautiful. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It it is so magnificent.
mhm,
Love is
mhm. But
right.
mhm,
That it literally elevates you when you feel it. And I think that women have been so conditioned to just be servants. They don't look for
mhm,
anybody that can
mhm.
give them back what they have been giving,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Because I just want to serve you, or
Right.
I want to be the good wife.
Mhm,
Never as aspiring to walk in her own power and in the truth of who she is, right? And I think that because women have been like, okay, I wanna submit, I want a good husband, and then that's all. It's the children. It's that. That's all that I am. And you're so much more,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And and the lack of having for a lot of women, I think it showed up like they never had anybody encourage them.
Right.
They never had anybody support them or care enough to make sure like baby, if that's what you want to do, we finna do this together,
Right.
right?
Right. But if I may, I feel like let me talk about me for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Me,
Mm-hmm.
Um, I found in this season of my life,
Mm-hmm.
loving on Sharon has attract love.
Yes.
You have to love on yourself. You don't even people don't even know how to love you unless they see
Right.
your own personal love language.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you giving to somebody is what we do, but it doesn't show a person how to give to you.
Yes. Yeah.
So this season of my life has been phenomenal because I have learned how to love on me. And
Yes.
that thing right there, and I'm not even talking about love relationship, just people know how to
Yes.
do when you love yourself. I have a good friend who imminent that she showed me years ago. I didn't really know it until now, but I
Mm-hmm.
would watch her love on herself, just how she loved on herself. And she would attract the most amazing people in her life. Well, here's
Yes.
the craziness. She didn't put a lot of effort on loving them.
Right.
She just loved on herself. And people
Yes.
were attracted to that. And they were curious to know, how can I love you like that?
Right.
You know? And I feel like, especially with this women's retreat, we give you the tools on how to love yourself.
Yeah.
Women that say to me, "Oh, I've never been to the spa." I've
Right.
done mobile spas at churches, 60, 70-year-olds who's never got a pedicure, who all they did know was to raise their family and take care of their spouses. They never got a pedicure. They've never got a facial. Never. and then you go and people give you flowers and that's it.
Yes.
That's not how I'm going down, Kim.
Right. I got you. I got you, Sharon. Because I think that the reason why people feel a deficit, and what I was saying earlier, if we have to unlearn the things that we were taught about loving ourselves. May, I finally read, I apologize, I just finally read your whole comment, and it says, I've been loved by a man so much they wanted to love me to death.
Wow.
Don't want that type of love, girl. Listen, May. Listen, I don't even know if you're still watching, but sis, that ain't nothing but the truth. Love me to life, honey. Love me to life.
Right.
Love me to life. Right? But that's part of the issue. I remember one time, me and my mom, I went to Florida and I had a timeshare down there. This is going back years ago. And me and my girlfriend Gina had booked massages. And by the way,
Mm-hmm.
when I first came to ANAS, when I first got that was my first massage ever with you, right? When I came
Really?
to your, to
Okay.
your, yeah, how about that? How
Mhm.
about that? Right?
Yeah.
So, so so I had booked a whole spa package. Oh, you're still there. Great, 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 May. I had
Wow.
booked a whole spa package, me and my girlfriend Gina, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when my mother and my aunt came to the timeshare, me and Gina ended up giving them the spa
Mm-hmm.
package for them to just
Mm-hmm.
go. And my aunt at the time had to be in a late 60s, maybe early 70s. And
Mm-hmm.
she came out, she said, girl, because you know she from I ain't never had no. Ooh, that was good.
Wow. Wow.
you know. But it's important. Like she had to be like 70, maybe 72, maybe 72, 73 at the time. It was many years ago. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever. My point is, I didn't start coming um, to
To the
get to take care of me
mm-hmm.
until I found you. And I realized like I really need to do that for myself. And by the way, Sharon, you may or may not know this,
Mm-hmm.
but I literally like all of these years I was single.
Mm-hmm.
My healing process started like 6, 7 years ago.
Wow.
I mean, and I've been single because I wasn't loving me, because I didn't do the work that was necessary.
And it's work.
Right? And it's work because I couldn't figure out, why did I keep running aground? What was it? What was missing? And
Mm-hmm.
it was me loving on me. And as I began to do the healing process, and by the way, even though I had been coaching other people, I had not done my work completely.
Mm-hmm.
I had done some of my work, but
Mm-hmm.
I had not done the
Anything
amount
that
of
was
work.
to be done.
Right. And I'm coaching, right? And I'm coaching. Oh
I
my
get it.
God.
I get it.
So I'm moving right on along. And then I began to do things like, I'm going to book me an appointment to come to the spa,
Right. Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
I'm like, oh
necessary.
my God. I'm going to post May's comment. May says, it's really sad. I've had that unconditional love from most of the men that I've been with. That's what I'm looking for now. Someone to love me like that again. I know what true love is. I want someone to grow old with. Girl, I love me and really love on me. I'm very particular when it comes to men. Okay, yes, no, I listen, as we should be, as
Mm-hmm.
we should be.
Yeah.
And it does take unconditional love, right?
Yeah, it does. But really for the right person, right? For the right person. Um,
Yes.
I've learned in this season, not everybody's the right person.
No,
And you can't give it to them everybody. You just can't.
no.
You
Everybody doesn't even belong in your circumference, in your life. Hi, Sister Martha. I see you. I love you. I love you, Sister Martha. I love her so hard. I love her so much.
You go,
Um,
girl.
um, no, Sharon, like, yeah, like, how
Yeah.
do
Exactly.
everybody don't belong?
I said that, people, some people may not agree, but I said that for a reason. Not everybody deserves your unconditional love. It's just we giving it out freely, but we got it at a high cost. And I think
I would,
we give it out too freely.
I would say this. I would say this. It is a mandate that we love.
Right. Definitely
It is
that.
a mandate from God that we love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And He gave us the capacity to love because He wouldn't have told us to do something that we didn't have the capacity to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that that's the issue. I think our picker is broken a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
And we choose, like when it comes to the up close, and personal stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
That part is that part. It's that up close and personal part, right? Like sometimes the wrong person has access
Mm-hmm.
that shouldn't have access. Now,
Mm-hmm.
everybody deserves love because we are love. We are a product of a God that is the personification of love.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue then becomes in whether or not you take the time to weed out
Mm-hmm.
who should have access and who shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like Sharon, everybody can't come to my house. My house is my sanctuary.
Right.
And I can't have all these different spirits in here. Like it's my place of peace and my place of refuge, right? And so everybody can't walk across the threshold of my door. Some people got to stay on the outside. I love you, but right? And I'll help you and I'll even feed you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? I will give you the word of God. I will talk to you. I will encourage you. I will do all of that. But everybody can't come across that threshold.
Right. Right. Right.
And it's important to guard your sanctuary and your peace.
And the Bible says to guard your heart. You got your
Yes.
heart from certain
Yes.
things, people, places, and things. It's okay, and you can still love.
Yes.
Still love, and
You
I
just
believe
got love at a distance.
right, and I
Look.
think everybody needs a different type of love too. Not
Yes.
everybody gets the same type of love. It just is what
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's the I love you with the love of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna make sure, like, if there's something I can do for you, I'm gonna do my personal best.
If I'm
But
able to do it, I
if
can.
I'm able, yes, absolutely. But
Mm-hmm.
then there is that, like, we're gonna work through this love. You're in already. You're in my inner
Right,
circle,
right,
right? You're in my heart. Like, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, right? You
right,
could do some of the most egregious things, and I'll be like, no, but I love you.
right,
I got your back. What you need, right? Because it's where you sit. That's why
mhm,
everybody can't come in,
right.
because this is a reserved special place, you know.
We believe that God wants some of us to definitely learn a different love language too, because
Mhm.
just based on what we've been through, um, our love language adjusts itself in a way to protect ourselves. But I truly believe that there's a language that's universal that let people know that they are loved, especially us. The love of Christ within us should be able to emanate onto other people.
Yes,
I believe there's a balance that we all have to find that
yes,
balance. Um, I think that's
yes,
what we get hurt a lot of times because we don't know the balance,
yes,
you know. So we do have to find that balance. Discernment is key to love for me. You
yes,
have to be able to discern, you know, and in every way, good, bad, and ugly, you got to be able to discern in order to help, in order to protect yourself.
yes,
Life is a balance. And like you started out saying to me, you have so much things up in the air right now, and you have to balance those things or something's going to drop. You know,
yes,
I would listen to, so many of my mentors, say life is a balancing act. Some days this gets more than that. Some days that gets more than that, as long
yeah,
as we balance it out. But the key for the women's retreat is don't forget you.
Right.
You
Right.
balance
Right.
everything and everybody
Right.
to our own demise.
Right. Can I
And
tell
it
you,
can't happen anymore.
Sharon, let me tell you something. When I was married, girl, when I was married, my kids used to so my ex-husband worked evenings, like 3 to 11, and
Mhm,
sometimes he would work 11 to 7, right? He would do a double, right?
mhm,
And my kids knew not to wake me up in the morning. They woke him up. He used to be so mad. Like, they don't bother you. I said, you got to train them, right? They
right,
go get cereal until I get up and cook breakfast on a Saturday and Sunday morning, right?
mhm,
So I knew that I had to pour into me. I am exhausted. And they can have a bowl of cereal for right now. And when I get up, I'll make the biscuits, the eggs, the bacon, the whatever. Da, 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 da. But I needed to do what I needed. I'm sorry, May. Maybe you got to come out and come back in. I don't know what's going on. But you literally have to. Um, you literally have to pour into you first. And he used to get so mad. I used to get so tickled because it's like you have to teach people how to treat you, your kids included. It's not that you weren't gonna fix them a good hearty breakfast, but it's the weekend. And so for right now, eat some cereal
right.
and we're gonna get to the main thing when I get up, you know, in the
But
morning.
you know what's funny?
Uh-huh.
And this is why we really have to address our issues because
Uh-huh.
some parents, and I want to say, since we're talking about the females,
Uh-huh.
right this second, we want those kids to hang on us so tight, mommy, 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 mommy. Just want to, she just want her mommy. She just want her mommy. He just want his mommy till our own demise. Listen, I'm
Yes.
real quick. I said, you got a daddy over there. Mommy going to shopping and you
Right.
go to your daddy. I don't need you to tell me 1,000 times that you love me and what clutching onto my feet all day
Right.
to my
Right.
own demise. But some people do that because why? They trying to feel insecurity. They want,
Right.
right? So
Right.
that you need healing right there. Because
Right.
if you're gonna allow anybody, even if it's your own kid, take away your self-care, there's a line.
I
So
agree with that.
I said, you know what? Yeah, it's cute that you always calling on mommy, but not anymore. I'm good. You could call on daddy. Mommy going shopping.
Right. And
You
can I tell you, I agree with that. Let me tell you, I think, hi, Wayne, I see you.
know?
Action, show, improve, and confirm with consistency. That's
Mm,
right. That's right.
right, right,
That's
right.
right, Wayne. So here's the thing I think, because Wayne and I have discussed this too. Um, Women tend not to want their children to go out and fly. I'm not that mother. I
Yeah.
am not that mother.
I was
I
kind of
am.
that mother, but not anymore. I
I
learned.
I don't know that I ever been that mother. I'm gonna be honest. I was like,
I can see that. I can see
listen, right? Like, get it together, okay?
yeah, yeah.
All right, right now. No,
Mhm,
but I think that we miss the mark that our children we
mhm,
they don't really belong to us, they belong to God, and they came through us as a vessel, right? And so
mhm,
if we understand that as a fundamental truth, it is our truth, right? They are loaned to us. We are to teach them and to groom them to deal with the world today, right? But
mhm,
the very next thing that they are to do is to go out into the world and to flourish. They're going to make mistakes very much like we did. They're
mhm.
going, we can't be there to be like, oh God, my baby, and catch
Right.
them. They need to grow.
They
They
do.
need to become. And a
Mhm.
lot of times we stunt our children's growth because we do too much and we
And
don't
also,
understand.
and I
Yeah,
also
yes. Because we live, a lot of people live. They be like,
was
oh
it
my
to my
God, my
children.
children, my children. It's like, what?
And that's
Like,
why there's so many divorces when the children leave. 'Cause
yes,
we didn't develop and coddle and nurture the
yes,
relationship. We did it all for the children. And then when you're stuck in a house by yourself, you don't even know each other because you're like, who are
right. That's why a lot of relationships broke up during the pandemic because they were in the house with people they didn't even know.
Yeah, no.
It's like, wait a minute. And so the importance, here's the thing, because I hear this a lot, from women, African American women specifically, more specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no man. I'm good. You know, yeah, that's okay. Heard you. Okay, wait. There is so much power in the yin and in the yang when they coexist together. The children need you both, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying be with an abuser. Let me just say this. I'm not saying stay with no abuser. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Learning to co-parent in the
Mm-hmm.
house and outside the house, right? Is a thing, because women deal with things from this nurturing, loving, oh my baby, oh he fell down and he scraped his knee. And men are like, get up, boy, and be, you gotta tough this out. Like you're gonna be fine. Let's walk it off.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Women a lot of time Adelaide Sanford. I remember seeing her at Hempstead High School. She came to do a talk, and it was absolutely amazing. The talk was titled "How Women Love Their Sons and Raise Their Daughters." I
Mm.
thought that was like, oh my God, right?
I see that a lot, but yeah.
Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just, throwing that in there to say that there is this entire like way that we have given so much of ourselves to our children and not developed and cultivated our own selves, just like you said.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be developed. We need to unlearn some of that crap.
Oh
We
yeah.
need to find out who we are and look forward to where we want to go. What is your purpose? Because some of us, our only purpose was not just to have children and be a mother and a wife.
You
We
know, you know what I love too? I feel like a conversation like this can save lives. This is what I love right now about having a platform to speak,
yes.
having a platform to share like you have. Um, Not everybody's comfortable with a platform, but I feel like this. If you have been through something, you're able to share with somebody, you can help somebody.
Yes.
So we got to get out of all of this self thing, this, keeping it to ourselves, just trying to, we got,
Hiding.
right, we got it hiding. I like that. And I want to share with somebody, I hope it helps somebody who's listening, maybe not now or even later. As a young boy that I spoke to even yesterday, he happened to mention to me he had just broken up with his girlfriend.
Mm.
And we were in class together. It was 100 of us in the class. And he said to me, a lot of the people in the class has helped him, through this journey of getting over his girlfriend. And I said, that's nice. And I said to him, I said, but you need to heal. I said, because if you don't heal, whatever hurt you got, you're going to give it to the next person. And
Yes.
I tell you, his eyes almost popped out of his head.
Did they?
His eyes almost popped out of his head. That little thing I said, because this is the problem. We feel
Yes.
we can get over people with other people.
Right.
We need
Right.
to address our issues. I said to him, if somebody slashed your leg with a knife, you wouldn't be able to ignore that.
Right.
People couldn't you would have to address it.
Yes.
And I said it's the same thing with this wound from the girlfriend. You
Yes.
have to address it and heal it.
Yes.
Then you can keep going. If you're a basketball player and you got an injury, you got to sit down and heal it. You can't play basketball
That's
tomorrow.
right. That's right.
And this is
That's
the
right.
problem that we're having. We feel like we could get wounded and keep going. We need to
And
sit
get
back
back in the game. Right.
and heal.
Yeah.
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 So,
Because what it'll do is it'll make you emotionally unavailable, because you won't pour in because of your wounds, because of your pain, because of your hurt. You won't pour in the ways in which you want somebody to pour into you. You want to withhold because you're afraid of being hurt again,
mhm.
right? So yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Oh my God. And his eyes, what did you say, Sharon? They got like big.
His eyes was like, what did you say?
Yes.
Because we innately know these things,
Yeah.
but for somebody to come out and say it, it's like, wow, I knew that. But the world is telling me to keep going and find somebody else.
Right.
But I
Right.
innately know that I need to heal. And because
Right.
you said it, it's just confirmation to my spirit. And I'm glad that you said it, and thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. And I think that that's so important, Sharon, like that, how we get healed in a real way, um, from the biblical perspective, it
Mhm.
is because we hear somebody else's testimony,
Right.
and their testimony lets us know that if we come to Christ, right, if
Mhm.
we give our lives to God, that He is the one who can deliver us and heal us and make us over and make us even better, right? So when I tell my testimony about the things that I have gone through personally, and I share it on a need to know basis because I don't make public service announcements, right? On a need to know basis with those that are around me, and they go, "Wow, Kim, I never even thought about that."
Mhm.
And the very next thing is for me is, yeah, I'm glad that it helped you.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you can't see yourself. You don't
Right.
see how
Right.
to maneuver. How am I gonna feel better? How did you get over this, Kim? How did you work through that kind of hurt? Right? What was the process for you?
Mhm. Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
And so when they understand that it's a process and
Right.
they don't have to rush to the next thing or the next thing and throw themselves back out there wounded and bandaged up and everything else, they realize that if I just take the time to get to know who I am and
Mhm.
what my wants and needs are, if I breathe again, if I and you know what I wanted to play coming into this, Breathe Again by is it Tony Braxton?
Oh yeah,
I
Tony.
wanted to play that
Oh,
because
did you?
yes, because I think because you sometimes we're so caught up in the everyday.
Yeah.
We need to learn how to breathe again.
Yeah. We do. We do.
We do.
Yeah.
We really do, Sharon. Like,
And I feel like we're getting there. I feel like, again, like platforms like us, there's so much podcasts out there. There's so many people who are actually doing the work
mm,
we can pull from, that we really need to tap into. I was just watching and listening to Jenny May and Jay-Z's divorce, and I'm very saddened by it
wait
because
a minute, Jenny May.
Jenny May and Jay-Z, he filed for divorce.
You mean Beyonce?
No, Jenny May, Jenny May, oh, she was on the Real, and just his name, Jizzy. I want to
Oh,
say
Jizzy. Because I'm like Jay Z. Wait a minute. Wait.
Jizzy.
Uh
Sorry.
huh. Uh huh.
And so he filed for divorce. When you get a chance, what look, it's sad, and they just had a baby. They were together 2 years. They had a baby, beautiful baby,
Mm,
and I'm saddened by it. People have so much to say, but you know, divorce and being in a in a long-standing relationship and to have a breakup is like a car wreck. It's
right.
like you've been in a car wreck.
Right. It really is.
It's like you've been in a major accident. You need to go to the hospital and heal. And
Yes.
people take it as a joke. It's not funny.
No, it really is. I can't, like when I talk about, and I want you, we're about to close because I want you to talk about the retreat again, but I want to say this: when I talk about um divorce,
Mhm.
and you you can't talk about the divorce until you talk about the marriage, right? And
Mhm.
you have literally entered into covenant agreement with God about that other person. And so a lot of people think even if it's amicable, right? Um, I'll be fine. Yeah, because I'm just over this and I'm done. And they don't realize the ripping that's happening
Right.
in the flesh, in the
Mhm.
spirit, in the spirit realm. What's happening in the spirit realm in your body, no matter even if it's amicable and you haven't seen a person for 10 years, right? But y'all never got a divorce. There is something that is happening in the spirit realm when you begin to talk about divorce. And when you get a divorce, there is a sadness, there is a grief. There is, like, you talk about grief, people talk about grief only in death, but real talk, the grief It's not only in death, it's death in the spirit realm. There's a spiritual death that is happening.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that. So I just want to tell you this because Sharon, I want you to close. I want you to close and tell us all about the retreat again, when it's going to be, everything, right? I want to say this. I just heard this the other day, and I wanted to talk about it. Somebody said that a man only falls in love one time in his entire life,
Wow.
and it kind of blew my mind, and I had to think about it. Right? That really blew my mind. Like it baked my noodle, and I was thinking, like, is that true? That one time, a man, only one time, does a man fall in love in their life, right? And I was thinking, like, wow, that's kind of deep. Everybody else they're settling for.
Mm.
And I thought to myself, that's crazy. How does that tie in? I'm going to tell you. It ties in this way. When we think about that, it's like, don't cast your pearls.
Mm.
Don't cast your pearls. Don't be settled for, baby. You
Mm.
deserve so much more. Lean in to what you need in your authentic self, not the person people perceive you to be,
Mm. I like that.
but the person that you truly are at your
Mm-hmm.
core,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because nobody, that's why most guys can take a
Mm.
leave you when you pouring out your whole entire heart to them, and you want to give and serve and pour and give and serve and pour, and you just want to be a good wife, because that's who you are. You're a wife. You know you're a wife. But you're a wife to the man that respects you, that loves you, that pours into you. There is a difference. Not control, not manipulate you.
Wow.
You're a wife to the man that has the capacity to love you. Sharon, I want you, sweetie,
Wow.
to tell me all about, to tell us all about the retreat. Tell us about it,
Woo.
dates and everything.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. That was deep. I hope all our listeners got that.
I hope
That
so.
was a big nugget. That was a big
Yeah.
nugget because we are some of us are pouring into people's and places and things that are not respecting us. And oh man, there was so much that I can't wait.
Yes.
Listen, you guys need to come to this retreat just to listen to the phenomenal Kim Love Jones. She got nuggets like that and much, much more. That one helped me, and I thank God for that one. And so the retreat is this November, November 10th through the 13th in the fabulous Atlanta Evergreens Resort in Stone Mountain. We're super excited about it. We're gonna have women. We're gonna come together as women. We're gonna have a sister circle. We're gonna have massage day, facial massages. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna cry. We're gonna help one another. We're gonna
Yes.
pour into one another. We're gonna inspire one another. And it's just a refreshing time. I'm looking forward to it because the women that we have met even at
Mhm.
the stages of our lives, we have made permanent friends. And that's hard
Wow.
to say. A lot of
Wow.
us have our lifelong friends from we were childhood. But I've noticed with this retreat that people have made new lifelong friends.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
says a lot. That says a lot about the closeness, the safeness, what we do, the fun we have. In Atlanta, we decided to do it in Atlanta because, especially in New York, we're so used to being busy. Atlanta, you got to take your time. They got the trails. We're going to walk. We're going to talk. We're going to look at the mountains. We're going to put our feet in the
Mm.
grass.
I can't wait.
We're
Oh,
gonna
I
have a
can't
good
wait.
time. So if you want to come to the retreat, please give me a call. You can call me at 516-550-7200. Best to text me, or you can email me at info@anozlife. That's ANOZLIFE.com. I'll respond to you quickly. We're running out of rooms right now because we keep it quaint and intimate. We don't have a whole
Mhm.
lot of people, 30 to 40 people, so we can control and be able to get done what we want to get done
Mhm.
pour in how we want to pour in. So if you want to come, please contact me again, 516-550-7200. We look forward to seeing you. We're going to have the phenomenal Kim Love Jones on there. We have so much phenomenal women talking about finances, how we're going to keep our money right, how we're going to keep our health right, how we're going to keep our mind right. We have somebody
Yes.
about mental health as well. We're going to have a spa day sponsored by Anna Spa Mobile. It's just going to be a great time.
It's going to be amazing. I already know. I already know. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get there.
It's going to
This
be
has been Sharon. You are so amazing, sis. I love you. Like, cook food. Since the day I met you, I was like, oh my God, I
we
love
got
her.
that
Like, I
thing.
love
That
her.
thing.
Yes.
We got it.
Yes. At the good old Spices, the grill restaurant.
Yeah, we got that thing going on
I was like, I
from the tough
love her.
days.
Yes. I was like, I absolutely love her. So
Mhm.
dope. You are so amazing, sis. And I cannot wait. Everybody who is watching, I need y'all to do me a favor because we are also going to drop the link right up under this video so that you can go on and see everything that's going to be offered at the retreat. And so, not just you can contact Sharon, but you can also just go ahead and register to be a part of this amazing event. Sharon, I love this, and I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to
The
talk.
chat, right?
Yes, this
Bring,
was
bring
dope.
our friends and
Yes, yes,
conversation. Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. So all of y'all, thank you all for watching. Wayne, Miss May Smith,
Right.
thank you
And
for
Nicolette and
watching.
Yolette and everybody else. I don't know who else I saw.
Oh, okay, you got
We
people.
had
Okay, on your
Nicolette.
end,
We had
they
Yolette
didn't say
and
nothing.
Jody. Jeezy. Jeezy. She told me Jeezy is Jeezy.
Easy.
I
You
was just so
listen.
mad about it. I couldn't even
Oh my God.
you know,
You have to share that with me because I don't know about that and what's going on.
yeah, I
Y'all
was
pray for me because I am so not into pop culture.
I'm not hardly either, but when it comes to relationships,
I know. I
yeah,
know.
I feel like it's
And
time
you know what? By the
to
time you get to the divorce, there's been something wrong, Sharon, for a long time that somebody or both parties have not been acknowledging. They have not been paying attention to what each other's needs are, to be honest, right? And that at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's like, are you paying attention to my needs as a woman, as a man? Men need to know. And it's, we say men just, I didn't mean to go back into it, but men say, oh, just, give me, cook my food, do, whatever the standard is for them, right? Okay.
yeah.
But my point is, it's more than that because they need to know that they can trust you. They need to know that you have the best interest of the relationship, that you are in alignment with one another, right? But the
Mhm,
woman has to know that too. And at the point when you stop listening to
mhm,
one another
mhm.
or not regarding one another, then you've already, you've begun to slowly, erode at the fabric of your relationship, and it's horrible. It's horrible.
I want to say this, for me,
Hmm.
if I don't feel safe in a relationship, I'm not staying in it.
Right,
Any relationship,
right,
just me.
right,
You can give me all the flowers in the world. You can buy me all the flowers out of the flower shop. But
right,
I feel like if I'm not safe with you, I can't
right.
show my true self to you.
Right.
I don't care about the flowers. I
It
don't care.
doesn't matter.
It don't matter
Right.
to me. So, and I feel like that's the misconception that some of us have. It's
Right.
about things. And what I've
And
learned is respect is big. Unconditional love is big, and I think that's why the word talks about it so much. That's why he gave his only begotten son. That's
yes.
unconditional.
Yes.
There was no conditions to that.
Yes.
We're so far removed from that, and that's a big problem because that's
Yes.
not the definition of love.
Right. Right. And I wish that a lot of my sisters who heard you say that, because a lot of women be like, no, he gotta make 6 figures. A lot of women be on that. I'm like, honey, let me tell you something. 6 figures and keeping you warm at night. The material things are not the things that are important. But okay, let's rock with your six figures. But how does he treat you?
Right.
Because that's what's important.
Well, can he have six figures and treat you right?
No, no, he definitely can. I'm not opposed to that. But
Right.
some people have it as such a rule
Yeah.
in their lives and in their relationships. And real talk, Sharon, I can care less about money. I promise you.
I'm the same way though. I don't
And
know.
I didn't come up with a silver spoon, and I've always made it, and I've always managed, and God has always blessed, right? And
Mhm,
all I'm gonna do is be a blessing to my husband, right?
mhm,
But the reality of the situation is that money is not going to keep me. Money doesn't make me, and it don't break me.
mhm,
I can make it eating a pot of beans, baby. But if I got a man that treat me good, not that I just want a pot of beans, don't get it twisted.
mhm,
What I'm saying is what is more important is the way in which you treat. Do you care about how I feel and what's going on in my life? And of course, you know I love you and I care about you. That's without question. But we get so caught up in, oh, they gotta make money. They can make all of that money and never be home. They
mhm,
can make all of that money and never support you. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't have that kind of money and still, right, have a
mhm.
wonderful relationship. My point is the money cannot be the priority. The priority has got to be how you love one another, how
Mm,
you show up in the world. Because I promise you, my husband, I promise you, he can make he can make mid 100,000, right?
mhm, mhm.
40, 50. Guess what? If he got the mindset to want to do something with his life, we still gonna make we still gonna be millionaires.
Right, right, right.
Cause I got what it takes to make it happen. And if he got what it, we gonna be a force to be reckoned with. It don't matter how much money he making right now. Is he willing? Does he want something more? Because whatever he's bringing to the table and I'm bringing to the table, it's gonna flourish, baby.
You
Don't
know,
you know that being with me is a blessing?
we could talk forever. How about this?
I know, cause it's one of we way over.
How about we stop competing with one another?
Right? How about?
Well, we
Oh
stop.
my God,
Listen, because we could talk forever.
we can, we can.
How
Oh my
about we
God,
stop
we got.
competing with one another
Listen,
and collaborate?
we need to. We need to, babe. We need to.
Because women are
Because
builders. I can build anything from the ground up,
that's what I'm
and I
saying.
could do it with $2.
Right. Sharon, look at you. You are phenomenal.
I can
Like
build it.
real talk.
And if you can't recognize that in me, then
Sharon, look at everything that you've done. You're amazing. You are amazing. And it's because you have the mindset that you
the
have.
mindset, just have the mindset
And you serving God the entire
the
time
whole time.
and inclining
And
your
not
ear to
and
hear.
listen, not traditionally,
No.
authentically.
Hello. Hello. Say that part. It's that part.
That part.
It's that part. That's it. Right? That's all you got to do. And you
Right.
can create and build, and God is right by your side, and your husband, and everything is aligned. That's how it's supposed to be, baby. That's how it's supposed to be.
He
You
didn't
could
tell
have
us
started off with
tell us to look
$2.
a certain way. He didn't tell us to act a certain way.
No.
He just said your gifts will make room for you.
Yes.
But
Be that.
we trying to box it up in a certain way.
To make it look
Gift,
pretty,
my
child.
gift is different than your gift.
Yes. Yes. And it's meant to be that way because as we come together, that's what makes it explosive. He gonna take everything that we both are and create something even more beautiful,
Yeah, I
right?
think if we stop looking behind and stop looking at the grass that we think is greener and stop looking behind us and just go forth with what we have, even if it's as individuals or as a team, we'll just get
Yeah.
farther. But we keep looking back and stopping and looking at other grass and we keep doing stuff. And God is like, okay, y'all can go around this mountain again, just like
Yes.
with the Israelites.
Right.
I'm not doing that in this season. Sharon is not.
No.
I'm at my milk and honey. My
Hello.
and I want to partake.
Say that part. I'm partaking in the milk and honey.
I
Hello.
want to partake in the milk. I don't care how many giants are in the land.
Whoop. Say that.
Partaking in my milk and honey. How about that?
Yes. Yes.
Giants are always going to be in the land.
They are.
They
They,
always gonna be in the
there
land.
is this book that my pastor gave me years ago to read when I was struggling and I just had a couple of back surgeries and I was really in a state of depression. And my pastor told me to read this book called The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson.
Mhm.
And I read that book and then I started buying it for people that I knew were bigger than where they were, their current situations. And that was like the best thing my pastor could have ever done because it took me from a state of depression into me understanding and knowing that God has so much more for me to do. And so my partner has to be in alignment with what God has called me to do. Period. Period. What would they say? Period. That's what they say now.
Got that on my one of my
Listen, we gotta close. It is like we are way over, Sharon. This is so dope. This
Thank
is
you
so
so much
dope.
for having me.
Listen, thank you all for watching.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so much.
bringing
If you
on
like this video, share
to
it.
be continued.
Yes, how about that?
To
Let's
be
do that.
continued on November 10th to the 13th. If you like what
Hello.
you hear, just come.
Hello.
We could talk about this. You could join the conversation. I know you
Yes.
got a lot to say about this topic. It's so huge.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
gonna be dope. All
Yeah.
right, Sharon, baby. It's so good. I love you, sis. And everybody be blessed. Love y'all like cook food. I promise I do.